Okay, most people believe in God. When I was in Ann Arbor, I taught at the University of Michigan from 1978 to 1982, 4 blessed years, beautiful years. I always come home when I come back to Michigan. But there was a woman, and I'll end with this because we have to pray Dhuhr. But there was a woman who lived near us. We lived in student housing. I was a new professor. I was broke. And my wife, may Allah bless her, she was a student at the University of Michigan. And so we lived in Northwood 5. We lived in student housing. And around us there were beautiful brothers and sisters, Muslim brothers and sisters, like, for example, Imam Dawood Tawhidi, may Allah have mercy on him. And I saw his son today and was really honored to meet his son. But we had Dawood Tawhidi, we had a number of people, and we really had Ihsan Bagbi, there was a woman who didn't live very far from us, and she was divorced, and she was a single mother, and she had a little boy who was a troublemaker, and he was maybe 3 or 2.5. And one day, this is amazing, she was an atheist, and she was a feminism before feminism really got off the ground. And she had a tongue, and you had to make sure that she didn't cut you apart with her tongue. And she was given the gift of argumentation. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ma dalla qawmin ba'da hudan kanu alayhi illa utul jadal." He says that no people goes astray after having been on a guidance that they lived, that they were upon, but that they are given argumentation. They fight and fight and fight. They argue and argue. That's why may Allah remove that curse from us, because a lot of times the people who need the help the most are the ones who are the most argumentative, and they are the ones who know it all. It's like, you're down and out. You're in trouble. And yet, they won't listen to anybody. So that's not a good sign. We ask Allah to remove from them that, but a lot of times they live in a nightmare world. They're very unhappy. And they're unhappy with themselves, and they're unhappy with the people around them. Because she was like that. So that shows that she's really not on the path of guidance. Because she argues all the time. Argues about everything. One day we were outside. It was a spring day. And we were talking. And we were in a place where the cars were all, we had a park. And the cars were parked on the road. And she was arguing with us. You can't get in a word edgewise. And her little boy was playing. And then he got further away. We're not paying attention to him. And then he got between the cars. And then she saw him. But when she saw him, another car is speeding down the road in his direction, and he's just about to go in front of that car. And she stopped. She said, "Oh my God." Like that. "Oh my God." That's what she said, like that. And the car screeched. It put on its brakes. The dust came up. And the little boy escaped by an inch and came crying back to his mother. Because the muttar, the person in desperate need, if they will call upon God, He will not turn them down. And she called upon God don't take my child. This is all I've got. All the beauty of my life has been taken away. My husband divorced me. My husband abused me. My husband left me. All I've got is this little boy. And so then what came out of her heart, the secret she didn't want to tell you, and she didn't want to tell you herself, that actually I believe in God. Because that's innate in us. That's innate in us. And then in that spirit, she said, "Oh my God." And God delivered her son. The next day, she was back at her arguments.